It's calm, it's relaxing. It's a natural antidepressant. People feel good in these marshes.
The sun has barely risen, but Claude is already out and about, hoping to shoot some wild ducks in this, his native marshland. But they're too far away to catch this morning.
There's no regrets. We have more important things. We've come to hunt, but to be amongst nature as well. As I get old, I'm not quite ready to swap my gun for a camera, but almost.
Brière is the second largest marsh in France. A huge swathe of land and water that covers over 7,000 hectares and includes 140 kilometres of waterways that meander amongst the reeds. Silence and nature in perfect harmony, and all for the pleasure of those that live here.
Hello, Claude. Did it go well?
Yes, perfect.
For the 8 months of the year when he's not hunting, Claude is a tour guide, taking visitors out on the water.
We've had enough rain lately. The water level's risen.
Let's get into the scrubland.
But in the winter, he works alongside his childhood friend Didier. They cut the stems off shrubs called buckthorn.
It's black and not to be confused with wicker. We like going looking for it in the marshes because it's oilier and easier to work with than the shrubs you find in the forest. This is a beautiful piece without too many knots.
Claude and Didier are among the few in Brière who still know how to work with the wood here. It was Didier's father who first taught him how to make baskets.
I started to make baskets when I was 51.
Is it a legacy from your father?
Yes, my father made his first basket when he was just 7.
In the olden days, did all children learn how to make a basket?
That's right. The first baskets that they began to make were these little round ones, like this.
To form the backbone of this basket, you have to split strips of horse chestnut wood and then weave them. Their passion for this craft means they've learnt to quickly peel, iron out the knots, and split the buckthorn twigs into 3 with expertise.
Flattening out the buckthorn is a job for the winter. When the sap has run down, the wood's more flexible.
In Saint-André-des-Eaux, where the Brière marsh is closest to the sea, it reveals another of its treasures. But to find it, you have to dig deep to reach the remains of an ancient forest buried in the peat.
5,000 years ago, there was a huge forest of oak trees here. When the trees fell, they turned into a massive peat.
These fossilized trunks are known as the wood of the dead. They have to dry for 3 years before they can be handled in the workshop, cut into strips, sanded, shaped and finished. All that's left to do then is insert a blade and a hinge to make a great little pocket knife.
It has a higher density than a classic oak. I'm working on its deadwood. It's been buried in the marsh for 5,000 years, and it's been absorbing the silica in the earth. There's this density and hardness that you don't get with a traditional wood.
This marshland is also home to another plant that's found in abundance. The reeds that grow here help sustain a rare craft, that of the thatcher. 60% of the remaining thatchers in France all live and work in the Brière region.
We work in teams of 2. My brother spreads out the thatch, and then I come along and even it all out and give it a finish look with this tool.
If well looked after, thatch can retain its insulating qualities for 30 years. If these cottages are still standing, it's because the regional park authorities fought to preserve this traditional craftsmanship. Bernard is the park's former head. He shares his passion for the land with his son.
Brière was my playground when I was a kid. I loved it. It's a marshland that's taught me lots of things, and I'm trying to pass that knowledge on. I love the Brière in winter because I like it when the water levels are high. The water is black, the reeds are golden, it's beautiful. When there's a soft light from above, it's stunning.
As the seasons change, the marshland here slowly evolves. The waters rise and regularly redraw the map of Brière, a changing landscape that always fascinates in summer and in winter.